far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Really active hands early on here as they're able to acquire several steals.
Well, they've really been aggressive, guys, on defense, and it's paid off, so why stop? Keep it up.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Brook Lopez. Shane Larkin is out there with Wayne Ellington. Then it's Young, and it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. And Brooklyn has possession. Next up on the docket, the Bucks following this one. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Lopez, a screen on Green. Young left side. And good as it rattles through the hoop. And now a 7-point Nets lead.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt. Now here is Conley. Allen kicks to Green. Randolph sets a screen for Green. That savvy little up fake there, fooling the D. Green's got 8.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
And guys, Jeff Green, by every measure of athleticism and skill, should have become one of the game's better small forwards, but inconsistency has plagued him throughout his career.
And Kevin, I always go back to something my college coach told me. The mental to the physical is 4-to-1 in this game. And so through those 7 full seasons, he's teased everyone with that talent. And then it does suddenly disappear. And there's no other way to describe it other than the fact that it is mental. He hasn't been able to sustain it in terms of the consistency, and that's why he hasn't fulfilled his potential.
Nets leading by 5. Here's Larkin. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Here's Lopez, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Here's Conley, following the bucket by the Nets. And it's Green, missing. Johnson against Allen. Johnson outside. The feed to Young. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Larkin can't get it to go.
Got a good look, though. I thought that was going to go down.
Yeah, the D, though, just enough to bother the rhythm on that one, Clark.
Over in the corner, Allen. Conley with a wide open look. Bangs home the trifecta. Conley's got 5 points so far.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Kicks it out to Johnson. Green with the block. Conley left side. He feeds it to Randolph, and he gets it to go. And now just a 2-point Nets lead.
Michael Conley with excellent vision on that pass.
To the middle. Rejected by Gasol. They retain possession.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Nets.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is working hard on the offensive glass. They've had a number of putbacks.
Last season, Memphis fell late and would end up with the 5th seed in the NBA playoffs. Only one of 2 teams to make the playoffs each of the last 5 seasons, along with the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, and they were a team that nobody wanted to play. Memphis drew Portland in that first round, and even though they were the 5th seed, they had home court advantage.
Crafty pass work there, getting it down low for the easy deuce.
Here's Larkin. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Lopez drives in. Young. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
You know, guys, Memphis walks through the first round against Portland. The second round, a lot tougher against Golden State. They went up 2-1 in that series, but couldn't hold on to that lead.
And, guys, Memphis would lose 2 of their 3 games at home against Golden State. So things got tough with the Conley injury and missing Tony Allen as well. But they did put up a good fight, ultimately, though, falling in 6 games to the Warriors.
Randolph a screen. Conley dishes to Gasol with the fadeaway. Misses off the right iron. Brooklyn leading by 4. Feeds to Johnson. From deep. That one goes. Count it. Johnson's got 8 points.
You cannot leave him alone like that, especially from long range.
And here is Conley. He's got 5. Right side, Randolph. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Conley. Fires top of the key. Good as the jump shot falls. 7 points in the game. Clark, thinking back to when Mike Conley was drafted 4th back in the 2007 draft, 4th overall. He wasn't an instant star, but he has gotten better every season.
Yeah, it took him a little while. I mean, he was only a freshman coming out of college back in 2007. A slow start. He had to fight for minutes, grind away. The Grizzlies kept trying to get his replacement, it appeared, but he stayed the course, and now he's their franchise point guard.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Ryan Owens, he's checked in for Gasol. Jermichael Green comes in for Zach Randolph. Barnes, he's checked in for Jeff Green. And it's Lee in for Mike Conley.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and it'll go to the line. Joe Johnson picks one up.
You know, you think back, Grizzlies contemplated trading Mike Conley early on in his career, and I tell you what, aren't they glad that cooler heads prevailed? I mean, his rise has helped propel them to one of the top teams in the Western Conference. And Mike Conley may be the best player in the NBA never to make an all-star team. I really feel like it's unfair to call him underrated now, because if you go around our league, all teams respect what he's been able to do in Memphis.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Injuries have certainly taken their toll on Bargnani, culminating in disaster last season. Greg suiting up for only 29 games, the fewest ever in his career.
Yeah, I mean, he had a series of leg injuries, the hammy, the calf. Really unfortunate part about it is that he has so much talent, but yet really to develop that on the floor because of all the issues.
And in thinking about Bargnani's impact, he's a guy who can generate points from every spot on the floor. 3-point range, converts at the rim. He's about 7 feet tall, 250 pounds, and shoots free throws like a guard.
And a wide open look for Lee. Off target from 3-point range. Nets leading by 8. Here's Sloan. Picked by Bargnani. And Sloan kicks to Bogdanovich. Over to the left wing. The 10-footer. Here's Robinson. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. They get Courtney Lee.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
And talking about Bargnani last season, he was actually generating efficient numbers when he was healthy. I mean, way up in field goal percentage, 3-point percentage. I would love to see him remain healthy and have a chance to quiet the doubters.
That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. A 3 off the inbound. Green with the rebound.
And although he doesn't quite get the block, he does get the missed field goal attempt because of his ability to alter the shot.
Well, almost as effective as a block. I mean, made him completely change his release point, and I think that caused the miss.
Now here's Barnes. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Clock is at 3. And again, Memphis no good.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense.
The Grizzlies trail by 11. And now here's Lee. The fast break opportunity. And it's denied. And here's the break. Here's Sloan. Drops in the layup for 2.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Now here's Lee. 29 points for him last game against Indiana.
And also defensively, he was really aggressive. I mean, matter of fact, he had 4 steals over the course of that game.
Green against Robinson. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Here's Sloan. 17-foot shot on the way.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Allen with it. Now here's Barnes. Lays it up and banks it in. Barnes has got his first basket of the night.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Here's Lee outside. Rebounded by the Nets. Here's Sloan. 50 seconds left in the second quarter. Bargnani kicks to Robinson, and that one is stuffed right through.
Boy, he is such a ridiculous dunker.
High riser, no doubt about it.
Goodness, I mean, you've come to expect plays like that from him, and folks, that never gets old.
And taken away by Brown. 3-on-3. Bargnani with the ball. Now Green defending. Bogdanovich passes to Bargnani. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. They get it back. And Bogdanovich kicks to Bargnani. Here's Sloan, defended by Allen. Robinson a screen on Allen. Back to Bargnani. He kicks to Sloan. Bogdanovich dishes to Bargnani. It's good from long range. Bargnani's got 5 points in the quarter.
What are you going to do defensively? Such separation with the height advantage in that matchup.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. It's the Nets up by 16. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. The largest lead for them during the period was 4. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
They've done a lot of things well, but the way they've taken care of the basketball, valuing each possession, so critical to the tempo, so crucial to the offensive flow. They've got a great rhythm, as smart and as safe as they're playing. They made it clear they're not going to beat themselves today.
Shaq, your take on Memphis.
Ernie, they are way too weak defensively in the paint. They're getting walked over down low, giving up a ton of points. Barbecue chicken everywhere, with the sauce, without the sauce.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.